Hello and welcome to my Krill crew. Good to be here with you guys again. Today I'm going to be talking about why I no longer invest in NFT games. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. But first of all, thank you guys for being here. It's good to see you guys here again in 2023. Wanted to do again some videos on my channel. Again, more just talking in front of the camera, more of my professional editing video for Web3 Gaming. That's on Balthazar's channel, which I'll link below. You can go find it there, where I do and spend most of my editing work. So I just wanted to use this channel now as more of just my, I guess, NFT gaming diary, for lack of a better word. You know, I'm thinking about this thing as I work for Balthazar, thinking about this industry and space constantly throughout the week, throughout each day. And so this is just kind of a way to get out my thoughts, talk to you guys in the community, connect with you a bit, and also get your thoughts in the comments below. So let's start off with today's topic of not investing in NFT games. And obviously, as I started this channel, you know, as I found my groove, as I found my messaging, we're the Krills, we're the small little investors, the only people that can, you know, invest maybe 50, $100 a month into these games. And one day the goal hopefully is to be whales, right? Like whatever that means to you, whether a whale is, you know, 10 grand or 100 grand, or, you know, for me, it wasn't like I want to be a bazillionaire, but you know, there's that thought in the back of your mind always of like, hey, I'm a millennial with a home that costed quite a bit here in the US. And it'd be nice if, you know, I could just turn this money into something and pay off my house like in 10 years, 5-10 years, right? Like, what a relief to have that burden and loan off my back, you know? Like, it's not like I have this like massive multi-billion-dollar dream or anything, but, you know, just like a reasonable, like, it'd be cool to turn this into something, right? And so while I haven't switched my branding because I'm not really focused on my personal channel anymore, I don't really have this mentality for Web3 gaming or NFT gaming of, oh, I want to go from being this krill to one day being a whale. So what am I doing now? How do I think about this? Because obviously I'm still in this space. I'm doing work with Balthazar all the time in Web3 gaming. And more so, my shift has been lately that I specifically want to buy NFTs and tokens of games, of just projects that I support, I love, and I want to see continually be developed, because there are games that I'm excited about and games that I would be happy to jump into when they are released. So more so, my opinion is now treating it and approaching it much more like a Kickstarter. You know, lots of games come out on Kickstarter. You know, they're not selling NFTs and tokens, but they often like, hey, support our Kickstarter so that we have enough money to develop our game, and you'll get the founders pass, or you'll get these merches that come with it, or first access. Like, there's different benefits even if they're not NFTs or tokens. And so more so is like, I'm going to put my money in more of an entertainment sense of what do I want to support, because this is a game that I simply just love the vision for, and I would be really excited if this game was being built. And so, yeah, of course, those NFTs, those tokens could go up in a sense, but I'm also okay, you know, just like any Kickstarter that flops, or, you know, that just doesn't actually get developed or completely developed, you know, that stuff happens. And so, you know, I've just come to the sense of like, okay, if it's more of just that fun money for me, if I'm supporting a project I love and it just doesn't work out in the end and it goes to zero, I'm okay with that. You know, I'm not looking to constantly flip and flop and ride waves and trends and look for, you know, what is the hottest thing that everyone's speculating on, so I can, you know, buy up an NFT and flip it and, you know, get in early. You know, and I don't think it's bad per se that people are there for the investment. If that's you, like you're looking for the next NFT to flip, or the token IGO, that, you know, they hit the bull run, or you know, you're still playing Splinterlands mostly just for, you know, collecting SPS because we want to get SPS to $1, you know, whatever, you know, if that's your motivation, I don't think that's necessarily wrong, but I just wanted to share a different perspective, because I think as this Web3 gaming space grows, we're going to have lots and lots more of those people who are just here as gamers. And if they are buying NFTs tokens early in these projects, it's more so in that Kickstarter sense. And I think it's fair, and, you know, both of those opinions and perspectives can be good and, you know, are valid. You know, everyone's going to have different goals and reasons that they're here. I just think it's okay and a good thing to also bring awareness of like, hey, even if you're just a gamer, even if you don't care about, you know, earning a bunch of crypto NFTs, like there's some really cool things going on in this space beyond just people making an investment, people getting rich. Like, again, we've beaten this analogy to death, but I've probably spent $500 on League of Legends skins over the past 10 years, and I haven't touched that game for, pretty much 2-3 years now. Like, I'm excited just in the space for the fact of, like, even if I could just sell those skins back and, recoup $200-$300 to go buy other games on Epic Games or Steam or, however, whatever, spend that on groceries or some whiskey, I would be happy with that, right? So I think there's some great reasons to be in this space regardless if you're here for the investment purpose or not. And for me, what's also enlightened me or opened up my eyes a bit is, if I'm just going to invest in something in crypto, it's probably going to be something simple like Bitcoin, because the more and more I've learned about games, the more I've talked to developers, done interviews, and I'm going to talk about this book probably a lot this year. It's called Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, just video game development stories. Talking and being in this industry and reading and learning, man, it's crazy how hard it is to develop a game. Games are crazy. You got to develop, good gameplay. You got to develop good graphics. You got to have a storyline. You got to have good multiplayer network. You got to have good performance for both high-end computers and people that, don't have high-end computers to run these things. Like, how do you make sure that it performs well on their computers or mobile devices as well? How do you create community? How do you create engaging tournaments and esports and events? There's just so much going on to a game that it's incredibly hard to develop a successful game. They're risky. If you want to take a bet and investment on a video game and hodl it for 5 years, like, do it. But, like, understand that none of these games are guaranteed, right? Like, a lot of even just Web2 games that don't even have to worry about NFTs or tokenomics, a lot of those games release all the time, that were supposed to be one of the games of the year and are a complete flop because it's just that hard to develop a good game. And, on top of that, trying to create an economy, trying to create tokenomics, there's better and better ideas that I'm seeing pop up each and every day, whether I'm reading or talking to a game, but they're still unproven, right? Like, there's no specific playbook or specific roadmap for saying, like, here's how you build a game. Here's the exact way you should build tokens into your game so that they're sustainable, people can earn them and have fun, but it's not going to overinflate. Like, there's just a million different things to think about, and every game is still really vastly unproven in their tokenomics. So those things, while I think could be developed and, I don't know about perfected to 100%, but 80-90% perfection, like, we're going to achieve that one day. Is it anytime soon? Is any game got the perfect formula yet? Probably not, but maybe a combination of all those ideas will lead one day to a game really nailing that down on release. So we'll see. But again, just between the development and between how risky tokenomics are, I would say investing in Web3 gaming, unless you're flipping and you know how to flip really well, it's a risky thing, and if you want to take that risk, great. Like, the rewards could probably be great as well. But I'm just saying, like, man, it's not easy. It's not a sure bet, even for some of those top games in my mind. So I just want to end with a couple of quotes. Again, I just love this book of Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, but it just really illustrates how difficult video game development is. So it's not, specifically about Web3 or crypto, but I would highly recommend it if you just want to learn some great and see some great stories from developers in the video game space. So the first one was, video games get canceled all the time. For every shipped game under a developer's belt, there are dozens of abandoned concepts and prototypes that never see the light of day. And secondly, game development is, as BioWare's Matt Goldman describes it, like being on the knife's edge of chaos, where the sheer number of moving parts makes it impossible for anyone to find predictability. So there you go. Some of the there's quotes all over like that in the book from some of the top leaders in the video game industry, all just saying how complicated, how complex it is, and how difficult it is to actually release a good game. So that's why I'm trying to hodl and support games that I love, the ones I want to see, be developed. Is, hey, there's nothing wrong, in my opinion, buying up NFTs or tokens, even if a game isn't released. Just understanding, hey, like, this is more of, I want to support you guys, because there's potential that that game might not even survive if we're being honest with ourselves. So that's how I'm starting to think about it. That's how I'm at least treating this Web3 gaming space. I want to know your thoughts though. Tell me, what do you think about my thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you in it for more of the investment, for flipping, for, you know, tokens going up and down? Or are you more in it like, hey, like I am, hey, if I buy an NFT or token, it's because I simply just like the game, I like the concept, or I'm already playing the game and I want to support it more and more and just hodl it up for the sake of the game. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll try to respond to them when I can. Again, on this channel, no promises on when I'm doing videos or streams. Been playing a lot of Borderlands with my family lately, so I haven't been Web3 gaming as much as I have in previous months, but I'll definitely get back to streaming it and you know, videos from time to time when I got something to think about or something to say. But again, go follow over at Balthazar if you want to see more of my main content pieces. For now, thank you, Salamat. Gracias for tuning in. I'll see you later, Krills. Take care, everyone.